want to talk about how to break the chains of religion. I've been able to put some things into practice that has helped me to become more spiritually free. And that's what I want to share with someone else. How can we become more spiritually free and less religious bound? There's a few things that I've been able to implement in my life, put into practice. Maybe you could benefit from it and it can have a high impact on your life. The first thing that I was able to put into practice, I began to see God as being inside and not as being outside. For so long growing up in church, I've always heard of God being up in heaven, outside somewhere, but never had I had the impact of my life that God was right here within me. Now maybe it was said, but it wasn't said in a way that where I know that there is a part of me that is in fact God. He is the essence of all that I am. Matter of fact, one of my affirmations is, I am the essence of Almighty God, a glorious and most intelligent manifestation of His almighty and divine presence. And so we are one. So the more I make that connection that God is not just out there somewhere, He's right here close to me, even as I am. And that helps me to be more spiritually free so that I could be able to go on and be able to do the things He wants me to do and that I have been destined to do in this life. So that's number one, knowing that God and also coming up with your own understanding of what God is. For example, when my mom passed when I was young, I had no choice but to turn to what I knew, the power of God, as I knew God. And so God became my mom, my best friend, and all that. So, it's just the word at the end of the day. I'm more spiritual than religious. So I'll be the first one to tell you, the word is that's just a word. So, but what does it mean to you? So I had to develop that. And once I decided that I was going to be able to bring God, so close, that we are one, that helped me to go. So once you could do that right there, you're moving on to the next step. And that's step two. Two is I started to investigate. I started to separate religious belief from spiritual fact. I started to see that there was a difference, between something that was like a tradition rather than something that was actually a scientific fact. I began to investigate. I kind of became a spiritual detective, if you will, a scientist. I started to begin to be bold enough to ask questions. All right, and that's one thing I talk about in my book, Mystic Secrets of the Bible. I talk about how the fact that we have to become investigators. So I started to investigate and ask questions. And the more I started to do that, the more I was able to be free to know that I could be able to think and go to that next level of spirituality, releasing the traditions of religion and the bondage of the chains going to spirituality. So that was number two, being able to separate religious belief from spiritual fact. Investigating, daring to be bold enough to be called out and laughed at because I'm the one asking those questions. I had to start asking questions. That was the second thing that helped me to break the chains of religion and become more spiritually free. And if that'll help you, just start asking questions and get the answers based on spiritual fact and not religious belief. Number three is that I started to own up to my own actions and take responsibility for where I am and where I was in life. So many times I used to try to blame somebody else for where I was. The husband tried to blame it on the wife tried to blame it on the husband, kids on the parents, parents on the kids, state on the government on the person. I started to own up to my own actions and realize that if I'm going to be anywhere in life, it is because me taking the action. One of my affirmations says, I am the master of my fate, the captain of my soul. I am the molder and shaper of my destiny. My own actions have placed me where I am in life. And so today, my actions are always positive, productive, and on point. So I just say that and I remind myself that I am where I am because of me. Once I started to take responsibility for my own actions in life, it gave me a certain spiritual freedom that I can actually change the circumstances surrounding my life. And this gives me the ability to be more spiritually free. That's what I'm talking about. God is not just out there somewhere. He's right here within me, even as I am. And that's why I can say I am that I am. And we are one. If it's going to be something that happened in my life, it's up to me. And if there's something that went wrong, maybe it's something that I did or something that I need to do. What do I need to see and understand? Subscribe to the family if you want to become, if this is something that you would enjoy. Music, inspiration, entertainment, and motivation. If that's your thing, subscribe and become a part of the family. If you guys are not fans, you all are family. Thank you so much. So stay positive, stay blessed. I'll see you on the next level. Peace.